but it's not just ordinary people. It's already closer and on the top of Putin's environment, and it is also the leaders of Duma, and it's one of propagandic person who is very close also to Kremlin, and even is propagandist of Kremlin. So we are already close to the target on a bad list, and it is already more than 30 people on the list now.
But do you think it's going to make a difference in the Kremlin? I mean, while that association agreement was being signed today, the political part of it, in Russia they were signing the law that brings Crimea into Russia. It splits Russia. Two very different visions of what's going on here, and Russia not stopping.
Yes, of course, and we only in the beginning of the Cold War. In reality, in this Cold War already, we saw in the form of some kind of quasi-military actions. Today we are seeing elements of beginning of the economic blockade for Ukraine, and maybe for some other even European countries we can have this. And also we also see absolutely open propaganda and informational war already, especially we see it on our borders, in Baltic states it's already opened, and we need to understand that it's only step by step, it's only first steps from our side. We still to keep possibility to talk. It's not cutting iron curtain between West and East, but we facing the largest security threats and challenges after Second World War.
You think this is a new Cold War?
It is a practical prelude and beginning of it, if Russia will not stop.
And for your country, right on the border there with Russia, what do you fear Russia's intentions in the long term are?
You know, even I think that then we see all picture of 28 leaders. I think that we, Baltic states and Poland, knowing and being under Russia for 50 years and being very close and already faced after declaration of independence few-time economic blockades in the 90s, we are less afraid. We're more confident, we know what we can expect, and we know how to manage.
Do you think your Western partners understand what to expect? Do you think they understand how to deal with President Putin?
I don't think yet in full scale. And why sometimes we are as translators between what we can expect and what it can be in their minds, and of course for some countries which are far away from Russia's borders probably have still too many illusions, because it's impossible and unbearable to understand the motivations that it is possible in the 21st century to break all international agreements, laws, all order which we agreed after the Second World War.
So have you been telling your Western European partners, if I can put it like that, that you fear that your countries could be next in the long run?
At least the pain, personal pain for Putin towards Baltic states, it was, he always was saying this publicly, that the crash or disappearance of Soviet Union, and especially that Baltic states became a members of the Western world, for him is personal tragedy. How it will be in future used by him, it's not clear, but we already in the West, we are already members of NATO, we are already members of the European Union, and our young people and generations already felt again freedom. It is not so simple anymore. It will be not so easy to take us back.
Bearing in mind that the EU has been calling for de-escalation from Russia, was it the right thing to sign a deal with Ukraine today? In Moscow's eyes, that's an escalation.
You know, opposite. And
it's a provocation in Moscow's eyes.
Opposite. Because exactly for Putin and for Moscow, de-escalation means they're going with a force. You need to be, we West need to be afraid and stop and let them do anything they want. That's how he understands escalation. For him and for such behavior, only strong commitment, strong response can be taken. Yes, they will be happy, but they will respect it. If you will be weak, you will be taken for nothing.
Hearing from your contacts.
Well, let me say this. On the 7th of September, a major news network and a major publishing network are going to put out a book, and it's going to be earth-shattering of what's happening and what happened. And the fact is, we may even see a 9/11-14 MH370 resurface again. We should be prepared for anything. We should go to DEFCON 1 which is our highest state of readiness, and be prepared as we lead up to 9/11.